right now in the race, who do you feel is your biggest competitor and why?
The other person who is running is McDonald Mariga. He's running on a UDA ticket, but I would like to advise him. He's not from Kibra. He's not Kibran, and people of Kibra will never vote for someone who is not from Kibra, and he does not have agenda for Kibra. For me, I would like to advise my brother Mariga, tafadhali, go and vie for MCA position in Landimawe, where you're coming from. We ruled this industry for 7 years, back to back. And the moment I took a break from showbiz, which was 2017, that is when Wasafi took over. Immediately, that is when Wasafi took over. There was no any Wasafi noise when we were active. All the bragadasho that come with Uheshimiwa, I don't want to be part of it.
Hello everyone, my name is Hani Petra and today I'm joined by one of the biggest producers that we've had in Kenya. Okay, now he's turned into politics and we're going to be talking all about that. His journey from the music industry into politics, what he thinks about the creative industry. If you do not know who I'm talking about, it's the one and only Refigah, and it's just amazing being in his presence right now. Thank you so much for joining us.
Asante sana, shukran. Thank you for inviting me.
So first things first, like I want to know why the switch? Like you were one of the biggest producers that we had in Kenya. You had a really big label doing very well. So the switch from music to politics. Please explain that to us.
All I can say is politics chose me. I did not choose politics. For me, if there's anyone who's been following me, all my showbiz life, from where I started up to now, I've always been about service to the community. I've been doing my charity in a small way, kidogo kidogo hapa na pale. And with the time, I started a foundation, Simama na Kibra, which has been helping the people of Kibra, especially the time of pandemic, COVID-19. If you remember that time, we people of Kibra, sisi ni watu wa hustle, sisi ni watu wa kazi ya mikono, unajua, from jengo, mamafua, biashara ndogo ndogo. That is the majority of people of Kibra. This is how we survive and this is how we were raised. But you remember during the pandemic, things were very tight. A lot of people lost their jobs. And now you can imagine some people were sleeping hungry. So that is when I decided to start a food drive using Simama na Kibra. I called friends and family, and we started small. With time. It was a big thing, and we managed to feed 3,668 people. I can say politics. I remember it was in 2019 when the late Ken Okoth, may his soul rest in peace, he was a very close friend of mine. When he passed, that is when my people started piling pressure on me. They're like, you know what? Why don't you take this position? You are capable. Please go for it. As a person, I was not so sure I wanted to go that direction, but there was so much pressure. But and I was not an opportunist, like someone who was waiting for someone to pass so that I grabbed the opportunity. No. Ken, in fact, he was one of the best leaders I've ever come across. And even me, I was hurt by his death. So at that time, I did not even have that energy to vie. So I said, let it pass. And from there, I started giving it a thought. With time, I decided, you know what? I am going for it. I need to make Kibra better. Yes.
So before we indulge so much into that, I want to know, do you miss being in the music industry? Like, it's something you've done like for long and it's something that you loved. So do you miss being in the music industry? And right now, who runs your record label?
I've not left music industry. I just resigned from my position as the CEO of Grandpa Records. There's no way. It's just like saying, I am leaving the ghetto right now sijui naenda kuishi wapi. Yes, unaweza ukaenda, but the ghetto is still in you. So music is still in me. I might not be very active, and I've given other people opportunities, and there's a new management for Grandpa Records. They'll be unveiling their CEO very soon. Yeah. So, but music is still part of me. I still do consultation for artists here and there. Yeah.
So even when you get into power, you hope that like once or twice you can be like producing some beats here to source artists or something. Like, is that something you still want to do?
For me, basically, I was more of a creative director. Creative director, I give direction or I come up with a concept. I still do that every day in my life. So many artists reach out to me every day. I still do that, but I am not actively involved. Yes.
What do you think about artists joining politics? Because we have seen so many of them, creatives here and there, leave the entertainment industry, comedians, musicians, actors, and decide to join politics. What do you think? Is it like a wave? Is it because they think because they're popular with Kenyans, they make them laugh, they'll get the votes? What are your thoughts on that?
One thing I would like to tell artists, politics is not bed of roses. If you're not ready to serve, kama uko tayari kusumbuliwa, please don't take that direction. Kuwa tayari, be ready to serve. At some point inaweza feel ni kama usumbufu, but be ready for it. If you're an artist but you're not ready for all this, my friend, politics is not for you. Some are joining politics thinking there's luxury in politics. Some thinking that's like the greener pasture. You know, some are thinking, you know, politics sometimes is associated with, you know,
the money, the fame, the trip.
And I believe most artists or most personalities in showbiz are joining politics for all the wrong reasons. Yeah, for me, I've joined politics, and I believe I will win Kibra parliamentary seat. If I don't, that's not when I'm quitting politics. I will still advocate for all the changes I want to see, because politics is a way of life. I've been serving my community, I've been serving my people in Kibra, and I'll keep on doing that.
Still on this topic, do you think political parties have been sidelining creatives? Because we saw a lot of them when they went to the ballot were denied the ticket to run for whatever seat that they wanted. Do you think it's a way of political parties just not trying to let them in?
I really don't think it's political. I don't think political parties has anything against creatives. Political parties depends. First of all, sometimes they look at loyalists. How much have you contributed into that party? Like building up that party. What have you done for the party? Have you been there for them? There are those who look at that. Some, they do their own opinion poll in that respective constituency. If you are 2 or 3 or 4 candidates, they will do an opinion poll. Waone kama unaweza ama hauwezi. So most likely a political party always love an easy ride. And an easy ride means going with the most popular candidate. So I don't think it's about creatives. Like I think DNG just won UDA primaries. So I think he did his homework well.
He's like one in a few, like one in a million, like because most of them failed and decided that they're going to run independent. Do you think that's a smart choice?
You see, if you believe in yourself, because I know there's also a possibility of rigging in some political parties. If you believe you are rigged, independence is the way to go. but kama tu ni kiburi na kupeleka, my friend, jitayarishe kurudi showbiz, na ukirudi utapata sijui itakuwa inaitwa Neneton ama Zezeton, I don't know. Utakuwa umewachwa.
Wow. Well, that was a little bit of shit, but it's okay. Speaking of, can you tell us a little bit about your manifesto? You've said you're all for the people of Kibra. You want to bring all these changes. Yes. Can you tell us like some of the things that you have in mind for the people?
What I'll tell you is manifesto is boring. Anyone can stand and give you the best of manifestos, and that is what everyone is good at right now.
That's true. Like, you gotta tell people what they want to hear.
They want to just, talk is cheap. For me, definitely I'll keep on sharing with the people of Kibra the dreams I have, my vision. But for me, I would like people to see me from where I'm from, what I have done. Through Simama na Kibra, I managed to start a project called Pigajeki. Pigajeki, we identified a good number of kina mama who were affected during the pandemic. Biashara zao zilienda chini. So we managed at least to boost 49 businesswomen in Kibra with at least 10,000 each to go back to their businesses, small-scale businesses. And we keep on doing that because the database was very big. It was over 1,000. So we keep on pushing, pole. We managed to feed 3,668 families with at least a budget of 5,000 per family in Kibra during the pandemic.
That's amazing. That's really amazing.
Yes. I managed to bring in the head of recruitment from Crystal Palace Football Club in the UK, twice in Kenya, to come and help us nurture and identify football talents. Right now we have a partnership and we are working on to put up the most modern academy, football academy in Kenya. They're helping me do that because they're the professionals. Yeah. So there's a lot that we've done with my team. So I would like anyone who's going for leadership, we start with a track record before coming to Yap Manifesto. It's good to share your manifesto, but I believe a lot of people use that opportunity to yap. If you can talk more than me, you carry the day, but you can't deliver.
We've seen a lot of political parties and aspirants as well use artists to be able to push the agendas and to be able to draw more people into them. Do you have any artists that you're currently in collaboration with or you want to collaborate with, you feel that you'll carry along in your rallies for this same agenda?
Currently, I'm not using any artists during my rallies or activations. I want to do things differently. Although I do have two political campaign songs, yeah, but carrying artists for to entertain people across the constituency, I don't want to use the same everyone is doing, yeah. So for me, I believe there is because right now we are trying to communicate to people. So it will be better you get to the point where you are getting and how we've been doing. When we get to a certain village, in Kibra we have 13 villages. We get to a certain village, we identify people, opinion leaders within that village. We give them stage. They come and tell us what are the challenges they go through. And then that's when I take the podium and we address them and we take it from there. And that is what we've been doing. So for us, it's not about performances. Yeah, because I believe kuna shida mingi sana kuadresiwa.
Speaking of political songs, can we assume that any of the Fimbo anthem that you guys used to produce will be there? Like Fimbo, it actually sounds like a very good slogan. Yeah, can we assume that Fimbo Chapa, any of that will be used?
Actually, they are all fresh songs. The two songs I'm going to use for my campaign, they are fresh songs. They are not Fimbo. And they're all addressing issues of people of Kibra. So there's no Fimbo there.
Now that we've touched on a little bit of music from Grandpa, when I was doing my research, I came across a rumor that apparently, I don't know if it was bought or if they were working with Wasafi or it was in the process of being bought out. Like, have you heard of any of these rumors? And can you confirm for us if it's true or not?
I think I can just send you back to go and do your research well. I don't think, okay, Salam is my friend, the manager to Wasafi, but we've never had any kind of dealings. The only time there was an issue between Grandpa Records and Wasafi, it's when Harmonize and Diamond used our beat without our consent. The beat for Dufla Tempo, they used it for Kangaroo. That is the only time we had an issue. Which whereby it's still going on, the negotiation is still going on. We're yet to settle on which direction to take.
You used to be in the creative industry, and you've had people complaining that the industry is not where it's supposed to be, it's dying and all that. Creatives are not getting the recognition that they need. So once you get into the seat, when you do, inshallah, what are your plans for the entertainment industry?
For me, I'll address this into two. One, I will start with an example by myself. By myself, I mean Grandpa Records. When I was actively in the music industry, there was nothing like hashtag play KE music. In top 10, you will get six to seven songs coming from Grandpa Records. We did not go anywhere to bribe anyone to play our music. Meaning, we are giving the media, the DJs, the right content.
So you feel as if somewhere along the way, something changed?
I don't want it to sound like chest stamping or I'm the best thing that has ever happened to Kenyan music industry. No. A lot of people contributed to this industry up to where we are. For me, I'll tell you this. We ruled this industry for 7 years, back to back. And the moment I took a break from showbiz, which was 2017, that is when Wasafi took over. Immediately, that is when Wasafi took over. There was no any Wasafi noise when we were actively in the music industry. That's
a bold thing to say. Like,
no, it's not a bold thing to do. You're a journalist, go and do your research. When did they take over? During Grandpa Records break.
So you feel as if during the small break, the hiatus that you took?
I knew ile mzigo tulikuwa tumebeba kwa mgongo, like Grandpa Record was carrying 70% of this industry. I'm not saying there's no artists who are doing good job. Of course, Sauti Sol are doing good job, Nyashinsi is doing good job, Trio Mio, you know? So, but now, kazi nzuri ni chache. That's what I can say. Kazi nzuri ni chache. The bigger space, foreign music is dominating now.
So, what plans do you have for helping improve the entertainment industry, especially like through the parliament? Because like we need laws to protect our artists, we need better laws to help push our music, make people feel like they're earning. Because if you remember, there's a time people were so mad at the music corporate industry because they were sent peanuts, for lack of a better term, for the money, and you know, all these dealings that they have. What are you going to do about that?
For me, I can say I will never advocate or I'll never support production of bad music. First of all, where the production starts, it's personal. It's personal before it becomes industry. When I get to parliament, I would like to push for a broadcast quota. A broadcast quota is already active in Nigeria and South Africa, whereby the media play 80% of local content, good quality local content. And the producers, the 80% local content must be produced by 80% local producers. So meaning, hiyo pesa haiendi nje. That is when I'm talking about content, is not only music. That is movie, comedy, and everything. And we need to push for this law that even media houses should not be allowed to be producing the programs because mnanyang'anya watu kazi. because we have a lot of people hustling. Right now, we have a lot of content creators. They all need that space. But once the media house is producing all the programs, so how do you help the industry? So these are some of the laws that I want to push.
Interesting. So right now in the race, who do you feel is your biggest competitor and why?
Right now, I really can't say that because tomorrow there'll be ODM primaries. So they'll produce a candidate. They will produce a candidate tomorrow. So the candidate they will give me, I will get to know if he is my competitor or not. So right now I cannot say. The other person who is running is Mariga. He's running on a UDA ticket. But I would like to advise him. He's not from Kibra. He's not Kibran. And people of Kibra will never vote for someone who is not from Kibra. And he does not have agenda for Kibra. For me, I would like to advise my brother Mariga, tafadhali, go and vie for MCA position in Landimawe, where you're coming from.
What do you mean people of Kibra will never vote for someone who's not Kibra?
You see, people of Kibra, you can be from Kibra by kuzaliwa, you can be from Kibra by kulelewa, you can be from Kibra by mkazi. So he does not qualify to be from Kibra. Hajazaliwa Kibra, hajalelewa Kibra, hajakaa Kibra, hakai Kibra.
Speaking of, you've said ODM are going to give the person who'll be running for their ticket tomorrow. Azimio had said that they want to have at least one person in all the seats for the county, right? So on this note, do you feel like when the time comes, are you willing for the sake of the coalition to maybe step down or find a way to work with them? Like if they give out the preferred candidate and you're not it, what happens at that moment?
First of all, I am not vying for Kibra parliamentary seat because of a coalition. I am vying for Kibra parliamentary seat because of my people, and I want to work for my people. I want to make Kibra better. And I'm vying on a Democratic Action Party of Kenya ticket, which is a partner in Azimio. And it's very clear, and my party leader made it very, very clear. One thing we all have in common, all the parties under Azimio, is we are supporting the presidency of Raila Amolo Odinga. That is the only thing. And the negotiation is on presidency, maybe governor. But below that, it's competition and people will decide.
The best man for himself.
May the best man win, yes.
Okay, and on this note, what advice do you have to your fellow creatives that are running for seats? Like, what can you tell them?
I'll just I will repeat again. My fellow creatives, politics is not showbiz. You'll not be voted simply by the number of likes and followers you have. Politics is a jungle. You need to find your way out. A man-eat-man society. I'd just like to tell you, if you are into this, take it to the end. And to the end, I don't mean after the election, unawachana na siasa. If you really mean well for the people you want to represent, even if you don't make it to parliament or county assembly, keep on advocating wherever you are at any level to push for the changes you wanted to see. That's what I can tell creatives.
So if by any sorts of happenings, you do not get the seat, are you still going to continue doing the work that you've been doing for the people of Kibra?
I've been doing this work all my life, even before I knew I would go into politics. So I don't see myself stopping. Simama na Kibra is a foundation, it's not a political party. So it will keep on serving the people of Kibra. It's not about me. If I knew someone that I can trust and I believe in and I know who can execute what I believe in, I would support that person. It's not about me. To me, it's about the people of Kibra. Yeah.
Thank you so much. You talk so powerfully, like you make me want to change my vote and go, oh.
Please change. Kibra and unaweza kuadopt unlike Mariga.
Shots fired. So, before we conclude this, any parting words that you'd like to say to your fans out there, to the voters, people of Kibra, anything that you'd like to say to them?
For me, and I'll repeat this, when I launched my candidature, I told people, the tag mheshimiwa, tafadhali, mtu asiniite mheshimiwa.
What do you have against the word? Like, it's just...
The word has been abused and misused. So, for me, you better call me mtumishi, because I'm your servant. I am here to serve you. So, all the braggadocio that come with uheshimiwa, I don't want to be part of it. I'm simply here to serve the great people of Kibra and make a change. That's all I'm about.
So guys, there you have it. This has been Mtumishi Noah. He said he doesn't want to be called Mheshimiwa. That title is overrated. Thank you so much, Refigah, for taking the time to talk with us. Yeah, so I have been Hani Petra. Behind the camera is Saidi Abdallah.